Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is triangle. We already studied about triangles and its congruent triangles that we all know, and similar triangles that all we know. Already we are studied in the 8th standard download. Then what do you mean by congruent triangles? Congruent triangles means, or congruent figures means, when we place one figure over the other, and if the figure completely cover each other, then that figures are called congruent figures. For example, if we place one circle, draw two circles with same radius, and if we place one circle over the other, and if the circles cover perfectly each other or completely covered, then it is called a congruent figures. Okay, then here we have few theorems and we have to study the theorems. No need to study the proofs of all theorem, only few proofs you have to learn. Then okay, then we know that different congruence rule are there. There is also that also you know, that is SAS congruence rule, then ASA congruence rule likewise. Then first one, what is it? SAS congruence rule. So SAS congruence rule, as the name indicate, SAS, side angle side. SAS congruence rule state that two triangles are congruent if the two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the other triangle. Two sides and included angle, note the point, two sides and included angle means if this is a triangle and if these two sides are we are specifying, then the included angle here means this angle, that is the included angle. This if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the included of the other triangle, then the triangles are said to be congruent. That is SAS congruent rule. And you have to note that SAS congruence rule hold, but ASS or SSA not hold. ASS or SSA, these rules does not hold. Only side in angle side, that two sides and the included angle, that results only hold. Then next congruence rule is ASA congruence rule. Angle side angle, ASA congruence rule. What it states that two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. The triangles will be congruent. That is ASA congruence rule. Okay. Then here ASA congruence rules holds also ASA, then AAS congruence rule also will hold. These two results, these two congruence rule will hold. ASA also we can say AAS, both are same. Okay, but in here only SAS we can say, ASS and SAS does not hold there. Okay. Now these are the two axioms or two congruence rule. Then we can do some problems of the first exercise. First question. What's the question there? It is given a quadrilateral ABCD is given there, and it is given that AZ and AD are equal, that is given, and it is also specified that AB, this line bisects this angle, angle A. AB bisects angle A means these two parts are equal. This angle and this angle will be equal. Okay, first what you have to write? First you have to write the given condition. What all things are given there? Given AC is equal to AC is equal to AD is given there. Then we can name this angle B, angle 1 and angle 2. That is only a name, angle 1 and angle 2. So what we can write? Here is also specified that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. These two things are given there. Then what is the next step? To prove. What you have to prove? You have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. That means we have to prove that triangle ABC congruent to triangle ABD. Triangle ABC congruent to triangle ABD. Then prove. Okay. First you have to check what all things are equal there, same there. To prove the congruency, we have to use here, first we have to use either ASA congruence rule or SAS congruence rule here. You have to prove. So look here, what all things are, it is already given AC is equal to AD. Okay, then write down AC is equal to AD. What is the reason? It is given in the question itself. So AC is equal to AD. Then angle 1 is equal to angle 2. That is also given. Since what is the reason? Given AB is the bisector. Reason AB is the bisector. Okay, then one angle and one side is equal. Then what is, look at this AB, that is common in both triangles. So we can write there AB is equal to AB. Reason common. So two sides and one angle. Look here. This side and one angle. Consider this one triangle. We took one side is this one and the other side is this one and the included angle. Two sides and the included angles are equal. So by SAS congruence rule we can say that, therefore we can say that triangle ABC congruent to triangle ABD. Reason SAS congruence rule. By SAS congruence rule we can say that the two triangles are congruent there. Then one more part is there for the question. What can you say about BC and BD? What can you say about BC and BD? Look at here. Where is BC? This is BC and this is BD. What will be BC and BD? Since these two triangles are congruent, BC and BD will be equal. What is the reason? CPCT. What is CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. If the two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts will be equal. In short form, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. In short form, we can write CPCT. Okay, so you can write BC is equal to BD. Reason CPCT. That is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. Therefore, BC is equal to BD. That's the first question. Okay, then we can move on to the second question. What is the second question? It is given a quadrilateral ABCD and here it is given that AD and BC are equal and it is given that these two angles, angle DAB and this angle DAB and angle CBA, this angle, these two angles are equal. There are the things given there. What do you have to prove? You have to prove triangle ABD and triangle BAC. Triangle ABD, this triangle and triangle BAC. These two triangles are congruent. You have to prove. Triangle ABD means triangle ABD, this triangle. This triangle ABD and next triangle is BAC. BAC means this triangle. BAC, this triangle. You have to prove that these two triangles are congruent there. Okay, look at here. First, it is given that first you have to consider the two triangles. Consider a triangle. Which all triangles we have to consider? Consider triangle ABD and triangle BAC. Consider triangle ABD and triangle BAC. What is given there? AD is equal to BC. That is given that AD is equal to BC. Then also it is given that angle DAB is equal to angle CBA. We got AD is equal to BC and these two angles are also equal. One side and one angle is equal there. Then what anything is else there? ABD and BAC. ABD BAC. Anything common there? A B D B A C. AB. Both side AB is common there. Here also we can get it from here. Here AB, here also AB is. So we can write there AB is equal to AB. That is common. So what we can say? Two side. Check whether it is an included angle or not. Check there. Consider one triangle. First one triangle we can try. Here one side is this one and the other side is BC. Okay, these two sides are there. Then the included angle. Okay, it is included angle. So SAS congruence rule is full. So therefore we can say that triangle ABD congruent to triangle BAC by SAS congruence rule. So first part is proved. Then look at the second part. What is second part there? BD is equal to AC. BD is equal to AC. Look at BD and AC. BD and AC are the two sides of the congruent triangle. Since the triangles are congruent, by simplicity we can say that BD is equal to AC. Reason CPCT. Then angle ABD and angle BAC. Angle ABD, that means this angle ABD, and angle BAC, this angle. You have to prove that these two angles are equal. Okay, how we can prove that? Look at the triangle we have taken, ABD BAC. This triangle ABD BAC. So when we consider that two triangles, these two angles are corresponding angles there. That is CPCT. We can by CPCT, since it already proved that the two triangles are congruent. So by CPCT we can also say that angle ABD is equal to angle BAC. That is also by CPT. Thus we proved the second question. Look at the fourth question of the exercise. It is given there, P and Q are parallel and L and M are parallel lines. It is given there, and you have to prove that this triangle ABC and triangle CDA are congruent. That you have to prove there. Okay. Then given is there to prove triangle ABC congruent to triangle CDA. Okay. Then look here. Here P and Q are parallel. So we can say AB and CD are also parallel, since AB and CD are a points on P and Q. So since P and Q are parallel, we can say AB parallel to CD. So our first step is consider that quadrilateral ABCD. In quadrilateral ABCD, we have to consider this quadrilateral ABCD. In quadrilateral ABCD, what we can say? AB parallel to DC, and in same way here L and M are parallel. So we can say that AD, A and D are points on L and B and C are points on M. So we can say that AD parallel to BC. AB parallel to DC and AD parallel to BC. Look here, these two lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel. So what we can say about that quadrilateral? That quadrilateral is a parallelogram, since both pairs are parallel to each other. So we can say that the figure is a parallelogram. Therefore, ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram short form we can write like this, parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, thus we got that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. We have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Since this is a parallelogram, we know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal and parallel. It's already parallel, we proved it. So what we can say? BC is equal to AD. Same way, AB is equal to CD. Since opposite sides are parallel and equal, we can write there. Therefore, AB is equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. Therefore, we can say that AB equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. Okay, so we got the two sides are equal. Then we can consider the triangle. In triangle ABC and triangle CDA, what we can say? We already proved that the two sides are equal. Thus we can write there AB is equal to DC, BC is equal to AD. We have to write down the reason there. We have proved it. So we can write proved. Okay, AB is equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. And then look at the AC there. What about AC? It is common in both the triangles. So we can write there AC is equal to AC. Common. Thus the three sides are equal. So by SSS rule we can say that the triangles are congruent. Therefore triangle ABC congruent to triangle CDA by SSS rule. By SSS congruence rule, we can say that the two triangles are congruent. Now look at the sixth question in textbook. What is given there? It is given that AC is equal to AE. AC and AE are equal. AB and AD are equal. Then it is given that this angle BAD and this angle CAE are equal. Let it be 1 and 2. We can write this angle as 1 and this angle as 2. That 1 and angle 2 are equal. Then what you have to prove? BC is equal to DE. BC is equal to D. BC is equal to DE. This side BC and this side DE are equal. To prove that, you have to prove that the two sides are equal. To prove that, first you have to take the two triangles included that sides. Take two triangles which include that sides. Look at the triangle which include the side BC. BC. Okay, so we can take the triangle ABC. Then, what is the next? DE. We can take the triangle AD. Okay, so we can consider the triangle ABC and triangle ADE. In triangle ABC and triangle ADE. Consider triangle ABC and triangle ADE. Look at there, it is given there. Triangle ABC and triangle AD. AC is equal to A. Is it there in the side? AC. AC is equal to AE. AC, first triangle side. Then AE, second side triangle. So, AC is equal to AC. Given. Then, next. AB is equal to AD. AB, first triangle side. AD, second triangle side. This is the first triangle. This is our first triangle. Okay. Then, this is the second triangle ADE. ADE. This is our second triangle AD. This portion is common. This ADC is common in both the triangle. Okay. Either we can shade it. Okay. Then AC is equal to AC. AC is equal to AE. Then AB is equal to AD. That is also given there. Then what is given there? Angle BAD. Is it there in that triangle? Angle BAD. Is it there? No. The triangle is ABC. So BAD only this much portion. If we say the angle in this triangle, then we have to include this whole portion also there. So it is given only that this portion is angle is equal to angle EAC. Angle EAC, that is this portion. In the second triangle also the angle included is this complete, that is AED or EAD is the angle there. That is this small portion should be included in both that angle. Then only we can say about that triangles there. So we can write that small portion as, let this small portion of that angle be 3. We can write that angle as 3 there. So what we can write there? We can write there angle 1 is equal to angle 2. This is angle 1 and this is angle 2. That is given there. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Then to get the angle in the triangle ABC, we have to add angle 3 to this angle 1. So we can write here angle 1 plus angle 3, adding angle 3 to both sides. Angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Adding angle 3 to both sides. So what is it? Is angle 1 plus angle 3, not 1 plus 3. Don't write there 4 there. Okay. It is angle 1 plus angle 3. Look at here. Angle 1 plus angle 3 means this angle, that is angle BAC we get. So we can write angle BAC. Then angle 2 plus angle 3, that is angle EAD. Angle BAC and angle DAE. BAC. Sorry, BAC. This angle and angle DAE. This complete angle. So we got two sides and one angle. We can check whether this angle is included angle or not. We can check. Like AC, AB. AB is this side, AC is this side. Then this is the included angle, isn't it? We take one triangle and check it. AC, AB, then include angle. So we can say that therefore what we can say, triangle ABC congruent to triangle ADE. By which rule we are using there? SAS. So we can say that the two triangles are congruent. Then what you have to prove here? We have to prove BC is equal to DE. So look at here. These two triangles are congruent. So the corresponding sides will be equal. So we can say that BC is equal to DE by CPC. Okay. Look at the question. It is given that angle C is equal to 90 degree. Then AM is equal to BM. AM is equal to BM, that is given there. Then DM is equal to CM. That is DM is equal to CM. These two sides are equal. Then first one what you have to prove. Triangle AMC congruent to triangle BMD. Triangle AMC congruent to, that is this triangle AMC and this triangle BMD are congruent. That you have to prove. These two triangles are congruent. Okay. First you have to consider in triangle, first you have to specify the triangle. In triangle AMC and triangle BMD. In triangle AMC and triangle BMD, what we can say? AMC is the first triangle, so you have to specify the sides of the first triangle, AMC. So we can write there, AM is equal to BM. Reason, it is given there. AM is equal to BM. Then it is also given there CM is equal to DM. So CM is equal to DM. That is also given there. CM is equal to DM. That is also given there. Then what do you have to prove? One more side or angle is needed to prove the congruency there. Then look here. These two angles. What about these two angles? These two angles are vertically opposite angles. As we know, vertically opposite angles are equal. So we can say that two angles are equal. We can specify it as angle 1 and angle 2. So we can write angle 2 is equal to angle 1. Reason, vertically opposite angle. Thus we can say that triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD. Reason, look at here, two side and included angle. So it is SAS. By SAS congruency, we can say that the two triangles are congruent. So first part is proved. Then we can move on to the second part. We proved that these two triangles are congruent. So by CPCT we can also say that these two angles are equal. Let it be angle 3 and angle 4. Angle 3 and angle 4 are equal since they are CPCT. That by CPCT there is since they are two triangles are congruent there. So we can write an angle 4 is equal to angle 3. Reason, CPCT. Same way we can also say that these two sides are also equal. That also by CPCT we can say that since the triangles are congruent, the corresponding sides and angles will be equal. So we can say that AC is equal to DB. AC is equal to DB. That is also by CPCT. Then we can move on to the second part of the question. What do you have to prove? In the second part we have to prove that this angle, that is angle DBC. Sorry, yes, angle DBC. This angle DBC. That means this complete angle. That means angle B itself. You have to prove that angle B is equal to 90 degree. That you have to prove. Look at the figure here. These two angles are equal. Angle 3 and angle 4. If BD and AC, what is specified in the question? Look at these two lines, BD and AC. BD and AC, and this line transversal AB there. It is specified that it is given that this angle and this angle are equal. That means alternate interior angles are equal. If the alternate interior angles are equal, then what about these two lines? That two lines will be parallel. We already studied that theorem. If alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines will be parallel. Therefore, we can say that AC parallel to DB, since alternate interior angles, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Alternate interior angles, 3 is equal to angle 4. Therefore, we can say that these two lines are parallel. So, the lines are parallel and that is a transversal there. AB there is a transversal. In same way, we can consider these two parallel lines, and also we can consider this as also a transversal, isn't it? This is D, B, A, C. Look at here. This BD and AC are parallel, and BC is also a transversal, isn't it? BC is also a transversal there. And we know that this angle is 90 degree. That is given there, angle C is equal to 90 degree. Then what about angle B? What we can say about angle B? We can extend this way. What about these two angles? What is the name of these two angles? These two angles are co-interior angles. This parallel line, transversal. Then the interior angle on the same side are called co-interior angles. Then their angle sum will be 180 degrees. So AC parallel to DB. Here we got angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Then next we can write there AC parallel to DB and BC is a transversal, and BC is a transversal. Therefore, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Reason, since co-interior angles are supplementary. So, we can write it angle B plus angle C 180. And what about angle C? It is already 90 degree. It is given there. Angle B plus 90 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle B is equal to 180 minus. Look at the third part of the question. Consider the two triangles. First triangle is triangle DBC. In triangle DBC and triangle. One triangle is this one and the other is triangle ACB. Triangle DBC and triangle ACB. Okay. DB is equal to AC. We already proved that. So right there DB is equal to AC. That is proved. Then angle B and angle C is same there. So we can write angle DBC is equal to angle ACB is equal to 90 degree. That also we have proved there. Then look at them. This side, this is common to both the triangles. So we can write there BC is equal to BC, common. Then two sides and one angle. Check whether it is included angle or not. One side this one side this, and this SAS. Okay. So we can say that therefore triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB by SAS congruence rule. That is the third part we proved that the two triangles are congruent. Then the last part we have to prove that CM is equal to half of AB. CM is equal to half of AB. Here these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles are congruent. So already proved this side is common and this side is equal. Then what about AB and BC? Then AB and BC will also be, the third side will also be equal by CPCT. Therefore, we can write then, therefore, that is BC is equal to AB. Reason by CPCT. BC is equal to AB, that is by CPCT. Then we have to prove the fourth part of the question. CM is equal to half of AB. Since BC is equal to AB, here we proved that BC is equal to AB. Proved Therefore, take half of the DC. What is CM here? What is CM and we have to prove? CM is equal to half of AB. We have to prove CM is equal to half of AB. CM means this side, AB means this long side. So, as we know, CM is the half of CD, isn't it? It is given there. M is the midpoint. So, take half on both sides. Half into DC equal to half into AB. Multiplying with half on both sides. So, what is half of DC? Half of DC is CM. So, we can write CM is equal to half of AB. Thus, all the parts of the question is proved. Okay.